Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Ben, and in today's video, we're going to be doing a head-to-head comparison of the Momentous and Thorne Whey Protein Isolate. Now, before we begin, this is not a sponsored video. In fact, guys, I have never actually even tried either one of these protein powders. So I'm going to try to be as unbiased as possible when reviewing these and let you guys know which one I think is a little bit better. And of course, if you're interested in either one of these products, there's some links down in the description below. All right, so first up, let's talk ingredients. Both Momentous and Thorne pride themselves on quality. In fact, both are backed by a whole host of different scientists, doctors, nutritionists, and even a big name hospital. That said, let's see how they actually stack up against each other. Now guys, I can tell you right out the gate that both of these companies are very much interested in the overall quality of their ingredients. But starting with Momentous, their protein is actually sourced from European grass-fed dairy cows, and which is going to actually give you a little bit higher quality overall profile of amino acids and of course fatty acids contained within the protein itself. Thorne, on the other hand, they don't actually advertise nor disclose their source of protein. So while that's not a deal breaker, it's just something to consider. So both brands are not only gluten-free, but also boast the prestigious NSF Certified for Sport designation, which that just guarantees that their product is free of any kind of banned substances or contaminants. This would definitely be appealing if you're some sort of athlete. You definitely want to make sure that these are undergoing rigorous testing and it's not going to cause any sort of issues with any blood tests. As far as who offers the better profile of ingredients, I would say that's actually a pretty tough call, as both brands prioritize purity and quality, but Momentous's focus on grass-fed sourcing may sway some consumers. All right, next, let's talk about their nutritional profile. So let's crunch some numbers. As you'll see, both brands are remarkably similar when it comes to their nutritional profile. On the one hand, you have Momentous that packs in 20 grams of protein per serving, make it a powerhouse for muscle recovery and growth. Couple that with 3 grams of carbohydrates and 1.5 grams of fat, and you've got yourself a lean, mean protein machine right here. In contrast, Thorne closely matches Momentous with 21 grams of protein, 4 grams of carbs, and 1 gram of fat. When we start comparing their amino acid profile, they're both very, very close with very small differences between the two of them. What makes these two shine is their addition of digestive enzymes. Both adding proprietary blends, these enzymes can aid in the breakdown and absorption of nutrients, potentially reducing bloating and digestive discomfort, which is really a game changer for those with sensitive stomachs. If you're wondering the difference between bromelain and the Ananas comyces, they're both actually the same thing. They're just enzymes from pineapples. That's just something to know. So far, it's a really close race between these two, but Momentous's addition of 200 milligrams versus 30 milligrams of digestive support might just give it a little bit more of an edge. All right, guys, so this brings me to the third part. Let's talk about taste and mixability. Now, as I told you guys, I have never actually tried either one of these protein powders before. As you can see here, they're actually sealed, okay? So to be fair and unbiased, we're gonna try each one of these. I'm gonna go ahead and throw them in a mixer cup, use a spoon, see how well they mix together, and then we're gonna try each one. And of course, taste is subjective, so what I think is delicious, you might think is disgusting. So just kind of keep that in mind. But I'm gonna try to be as unbiased as I possibly can with both of these and let you guys know what I think about it. All right, so let's try these protein powders out. So go ahead and crack these open. Isn't it kind of weird how all YouTubers have like a knife when they start opening up stuff? You ever seen these unboxing videos? They always have like these weird, crazy knives. So I figured I better be like them, make a good video. Go ahead and take off this part right here. And of course, like I said, this is me trying this out for the very first time. And we have Momentous here on the right. Ooh, I can tell you, actually, it smells pretty dang good so far. Actually, kind of smells like cake batter. You know, the one thing I hate about protein powders, and I don't know how it is that the cup or the scoop always seems to end up at the very bottom, but it does. And I think they do that on purpose just to mess with you. Which actually Thorne is right here on top. We'll try to go fishing for this one really quick. I hate this because I always have to end up burying my hand in there. I think I'm gonna have to do that because I don't see it. All right, so this one all the way in the bottom here. All right, so very first impression, let's go ahead and show the scoops there. They're pretty close in size. Thorne's just a little bit bigger than the Momentous one. I can tell you they both smell actually pretty good. And I wouldn't expect them not to. We've got our two mixer cups right here. Now, I don't know, are you guys a powder and then milk type of person, or do you do the milk and then powder? I always do milk first. So let's go ahead and do about 8 ounces on each one of these. I actually decided to go a little bit more, so there's probably more like 10 ounces in both of these. Number one, got 2 spoons here. Go ahead and get a good scoop right here. Let's go ahead and we'll do 10 spins right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. I've done about 10 spins and it's still a little chunky there. So let's try to be a little more vigorous to this. I don't know. It's not really mixing all that well, at least not with a spoon. Hopefully you can see that, but I still just have some unmixed stuff here on the top. That's not mixing all that great. I'm gonna go ahead and grab one of those wire balls that they give you, that you always lose. I'm gonna throw that in here and see if I can't get this mixed up a little bit better. All right, I bought backup just in case, so got the lids for both of them and then the little balls here. So we'll wait on this one, see if how well it mixes, but let's go ahead and throw that in. Gotta bring in the wire ball, man. There we go. I just feel like an idiot doing this. All right, that's probably, I don't know, 10 to 12 shakes there. Let's go ahead and open it up. Now that we did it, let me go ahead and try this one. Yeah, that's pretty good. It definitely tastes, you know, chocolate milk, obviously. I don't taste any kind of like extra like flavors. You know how stevia sometimes has that like really kind of strong flavor, like that aftertaste, and that's kind of disgusting. I hate it. But this one, man, this tastes as close to chocolate milk as you can get. It's very subtle. I wouldn't say it's very strong. It's definitely not very sweet. It would be anything comparable to like a chocolate milk that you would buy at the grocery store. Let me give it one more shake. Try it one more time. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, I could definitely drink this every single day. It doesn't have, like I said, it doesn't have a really sweet, strong flavor. The chocolate, I mean, it's pretty subtle, so it's not overwhelming. So let's go ahead and try the one from Thorne. Again, the one from Thorne, the scoop, it's a little bit bigger right there. Let's go ahead, give it some shakes, turns here. And I don't know, man, this might be mixing. Maybe? Oh yeah. If you look at this, guys, I'm really hoping that you can see this, but with just about 10 to 12 turns, this definitely mixed a lot better. Now I gotta just kind of do a few more turns here, but I don't think I'm gonna have to use the wire ball on this one. Yeah, that mixed in perfectly. So that looks good. As far as mixability, Thorne wins. All right, let's see how this tastes. Oh wow. As far as the intensity of the chocolate flavor, Thorne is definitely a lot more intense than the Momentous for sure. And let's see what else. I'd almost say this is definitely sweeter for sure. And I know one of the ingredients, they do actually add a little bit of cane sugar in there. And that's probably the difference between the two. It's not super sweet, but it's definitely leaving maybe more of a slight, very slight aftertaste as the Momentous one. It's not bad. You know, again, both of them do have some stevia in it, so they can have that tendency. I didn't really notice it in this one so much, but in the Thorne, I'm definitely noticing a little bit more. You know, you kind of get that lingering kind of taste on your tongue. I don't know, let me take one more drink here. Yeah, both pretty good. I actually almost feel like I'm leaning a little bit more towards the Momentous as far as the one I like a little bit more. You know, the other thing that I noticed as I'm drinking this, even though it seemed like yours is really mixed, I am starting to kind of notice a few actually little clumps in there. So you might actually have to throw one of these in after all. Oh man, you know, that's a tough call between the two. This is definitely a lot more subtle. This one's like really chocolatey, sweet, and this one is like chocolatey, but it's pretty mild. So if you're not a fan of like really sweet protein powder, then you're gonna wanna definitely go with the Momentous over this one, because I know some of y'all out there get really, really uppity about sweetness. And this one definitely has a lot more sweetness over this one. And all right guys, and that brings me to my fourth and final point about these protein powders, and that is the price of both of them. Now, Momentous and Thorne, they do come with a premium price tag. There's no doubt about that, but I do believe that it kind of reflects their commitment to quality sourcing and their manufacturing standards overall. So you are getting a good quality protein. And this might be a deal breaker for the more budget conscious consumers, but for those willing to actually invest in top tier ingredients, the price, it might be justified. So let's start with Thorne right here. The whey protein from Thorne retails for $62 for a 2-pound container of 30 servings. Broken down, that's roughly about $2.07 per serving. The protein from Momentous, that actually sells for $64.95 for a 1.52 pound bottle with only 24 servings. In contrast, that works out to about $2.70 per serving. Fortunately, to offset the higher cost, both of these companies, they actually do offer monthly subscription discounts. That is something to consider. Alternatively, you can also get 15% off Momentous or anything from them with the promo code listed down below, RecovaTech15. That's found in the description. All right, guys, so there you have it. That's my very first look at the Momentous and Thorne Whey Protein Isolates. Now, would I say that there is one that's better than the other? And I would say, gosh, that would be a really tough call for me. Taste is subjective, and overall, I would say that the Momentous for me was a little bit better because it's a little bit more mild. It wasn't so much in your face as much as the Thorne, because this is definitely a stronger flavor, a little bit sweeter. And I almost think that you get a little bit of residual stevia flavor kind of taste in your mouth, if you know what I'm talking about there. But overall, both of these products, I mean, they're made by companies that are very much invested in research and development. Rest assured that you're getting a really good product with either one of these. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave those in the comment section below. There are some links to both of these products along with some discount codes. I really appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you in the next video.